to the Principal Thing Talk Show, where wisdom meets purpose. Join host Gerard Lindsay each week as he connects the dots from the book of Proverbs that helps you to navigate life successfully and propel you into divine purpose. Listen in now.
Hey, good afternoon. Thank you guys for being with us today on the Principal Thing. It's where wisdom meets the purpose of God. I just want to talk to you for a little bit today, kind of in transit today. Been traveling here lately, still not home yet. Plan on being home sometime this week. Just having a wonderful time, I tell you. Today, I'd like to talk to you today about getting more out of your life, more out of your dreams, visions, goals, whatever it is. I just want to mention a couple things today that I really believe will be real good for you. You know, it doesn't matter where you are in life. It doesn't really matter what's going on. I believe if you use these things, it'll really be beneficial to you. I really do believe that. The first thing, anytime that you're really planning on doing something, going somewhere, having something, achieving something, acquiring things, whatever it is, it's a plan. You know, the plan, as much as you can write down about a plan, it's going to be beneficial. The plan is going to help you as far as direction is concerned. It's going to tell you what to accept and what to deny. That's what makes a plan so very, very important. It's going to really help you with direction, because if you don't have a plan, where are you going? What do you really want to do? And how are you going to know when you get there? How are you even going to know if you're even close? The thing about a plan is that it helps, you to go from a place that is so broad to really narrow it down so that you can know where to go. You can know not necessarily who to talk to, but once you engage in conversations, what's going to happen is the people that you're talking to, you're going to find out whether or not they're going to be part of the direction that you're going in. Because this is what I found out. When you begin to write your plan, you begin to live your life based on the plan that you have for your life. What's going to happen is you're going to start lining up everything in your life based on your plan. Your friends, the people you meet, the things that you engage in, all of it is going to be based off that plan. Remember, once again, a plan is about a direction. You don't want to be going north and your plan is talking about south, or vice versa. That's what makes your plan so very, very important. It tells you about your direction. It tells you about what you need to engage with or who you need to engage with, where you need to go, these types of things, so that you will know not to waste your time. I think that in so many instances in the past, I believe that we've wanted to do a lot of great things, but we really haven't had a plan. So we've done a lot of the things that we thought were good, but maybe they weren't even connected to our plan. So what has happened in essence is that when we've sat down and decided to really write out our plan, we've kind of looked back. You know what I mean? We've stopped at places and we've looked at where we've been, things that we've accomplished, and we've realized that some of the places where we've been didn't have anything to do with our plan. So really, that's why I'm talking about what I'm talking about today. And that's what makes what I'm saying today so wise. Because if you get a plan, you're going to get a direction. Direction and plan just really go together. They're in sync. They walk together. They agree together. When you have a plan, you know where you're going. You know the conversations that you're engaging in, whether or not they're conducive to your plan, whether or not the people you meet are going in the same direction you're going in. You don't want to have a plan that deals with the running and you're talking to people about sitting down. It's not meeting or agreeing with your plan. Once you get a plan, you know where you're going, you know what you need to do. And then I think it's very wise too to always talk to at least two people about your plan. At least two. You can talk to more, but you don't want to talk to a crowd, and you don't necessarily have to have everybody to agree with you on your plan. Now, I know that may sound like I'm throwing a monkey wrench into the plan, but just listen to me for a second. The reason why you don't have to have everyone to agree with your plan is because you need to know what it feels like to experience conflict on an emotional level. When you've taken the time to walk through writing down your plan, writing it down, getting everything together, going over it, researching what you need to research, and then you're talking to somebody about it, And one of the people that you're talking about is like, well, I don't know. It doesn't make sense to me. It doesn't look right. May take too long to do that. You may have to go through too many things. You don't have the money. You don't have the talent. You don't have the skill set. Sometimes you need to have people to say this to you, because one of the things that I found out is it really touches you in this place as to whether or not you're really committed. It helps you to really see whether or not you're committed. Because sometimes when you're faced with adversity, when someone doesn't agree with you, when someone doesn't see it the same way you see it, what I found out is that sometimes what happens is it challenges you. It challenges you to go back, to make sure that you didn't just grab things out of the air, that you're not just trying to do something that someone else is doing and it looks like they're successful at it, so therefore you could be successful at it. No, you need to be authentic. You need to be who you really are. The person that you were created to be on this earth. That's who you really need to be. And you don't need to compare yourself to anyone else. But this is what I found out. And I like to reiterate this once again, that one of the things that I found out concerning plans, goals, directions, places where you want to be in life, I found out that if you really take the time to really write it down, to really put it together as concisely as possible, and you start living your life, in a way that it lines up with your plan, then it leads you to the people that in some instances could really help you, provide you with some information, point you in a clear and more concise direction, helps to streamline your vision. And all of these things are necessary, because if you knew everything that you needed to know, then you would already be there. So the fact of the matter is that you're not where you really want to be. Everyone wants more. I don't care what it is, more joy, more peace, more happiness. And, it's okay. You might want more money. You might want more friends. Whatever it is that you really want, just take the time to really write it down and talk to somebody about it. When you talk to at least two people, somebody might really agree with you. Somebody might really see it. Now, when you get to that place, then try to find someone that has done what you want to do. Because when you find someone that has done what you want to do, ask them if they have time to really sit down and talk to you. It may cost you a little bit, and that's okay, because your dreams are worth it. Your goals are worth it. It's worth that much to you, whatever that much is, because after all, you're investing in yourself. I hope I have your attention, because see, if you sit down and talk to someone that has done what you want to do, you don't just want to hear the good stuff. You want to hear the pitfalls. You want to hear what it felt like when they had doubts, what it felt like, that proverbial phrase of butterflies in your stomach. You want to know what that feels like. You want to know what they did. You want to know the turns that they made. You want to know the exact things that they did. That's why it's important not just to share your dreams, goals, hopes, and visions with just two people, because the two people that you might be sharing it with, even though one may not agree and one may, neither of those may have really done what you want to do. So even though that's good to do that, you need to take it to the next level, to the next phase of the journey, of the process. And you need to talk to someone, or you need to find someone that has actually done what you want to do, so that when you sit down, there are certain things that you may not recognize, that you may not have taken into account as it relates to things concerning your plan. And if you've overlooked something, the person that has actually accomplished what you want to accomplish, they can tell you, hey, look, this is what it cost me. This is what I had to go through. This is what I experienced. And at least what happens is you're able to sit down, you're able to listen, and you're able to take into consideration the good, the bad, and the ugly of what they're communicating with you. Because at this point, what happens is you find out what you didn't know. And when you begin to understand what you didn't know, then now you can expand your plan. You can take into consideration pitfalls, shortcomings, and whatever other gaps or things that may have been communicated to you that you didn't know. This is just a wisdom moment. Because I talk to a lot of people that want to do a lot of things that their dreams that seem to be just enormous. And then the first thing you say is, okay, well, have you put it on paper? No, I haven't really put it on paper, but I'm just trusting. I just believe it's going to work out. Well, it may, but what if it doesn't? You got a better chance of things working out if you write it down. Because what happens is all of your thoughts and ideas, feelings, experiences, all collectively come together on paper in front of you where you can actually see it. It's the framework of the direction that you're going in. And when you can have some framework in front of you, some of the things that you think you might really want to do, they may not really fit you. For instance, I have a truck. One of the vehicles that we have is a truck. And one of the things that I thought about before I purchased my truck is I know I really like this truck. I know I like what it looks like, and I know how I like how it sounds, and everything. I really like how it looks. But one of the things that I did is I ran into someone that actually had what I wanted. And then I started talking to him about it because I wanted to know what ownership of that particular vehicle was like, because after all, that's what I wanted. And when I started sitting down talking to him about it, I found out, whoa, it helped me to understand that, yes, I really do want this. So then what the gentleman did is he said, I'll tell you what, I told you about some of the things that I really like about it. He says, why don't you get in it yourself? Why don't you get in not just the front seat, but why don't you get in the back seat? He says, because, my family, we're pretty big people, and we're pretty comfortable, not just in the front seat, but we're pretty comfortable in the back seat. He says, so why don't you get a feel for it? And that's exactly what I did. Got up in the truck, stretched out a little bit, and I realized, this is really what I like. You can't always exercise your dreams as it relates to being able to touch something. You can't always touch it, In this particular case, with this particular vehicle, I was able to do that because I ran into someone there again that had what I wanted. And I wanted to know, how did they really like it? How was it working out for them? How were they using the truck? Were they just using it just to drive because they liked it, or were they hauling things in it? Were they towing things with it? So it gave me more information, to make an informed decision as it related to my dreams. So then what happened is I ended up purchasing that. Well, by the time I got to the purchase, I knew what I wanted. I had asked questions. I had ran into someone, talked to them about it, gave me some good feedback on it. And then I did my research. I decided what I was going to pay. I searched around the nation, decided what I was going to pay. And when I decided to make a decision, the hesitancy was gone. The doubt was gone. Why? Because I was informed. I had a plan, talked to someone about it. I actually was able to get a feel for what they had, and it helped me. It helped me to rid myself of butterflies. It helped me to say, you know what? I know what the MSRP is on it, but I'm not going to pay that. I know I can get it for a better price. So you do all of your other dreams like that, because along the way, somewhere along the way, you're going to experience some doubts. You're going to experience some hesitancy. You're going to experience some things that perhaps I can't even go into detail today to even communicate, because everyone is different. You're going to experience a lot of things, because sometimes I found out what ends up happening is that when you've got a good plan and you're trying to go into the direction of your plan, there's always some things that happen along the way. And some of the things that happen along the way, you're not really prepared for. And if you don't talk to someone that has actually done what you want to do, has accomplished what you want to accomplish, when those tough times hit, when those times of scarcity set in, when those times of insecurity or doubt, you begin to experience these things, you won't know what to do. You won't even, if you're a Christian, you won't even know how to pray. If you're not a Christian, you won't even know how to stay positive, And that's one of the reasons what makes talking to someone else so very important, because I want to know what you did. I don't want to just know or get the same things or the same results that you have, because our results may vary, and that's okay. That's okay. Because I don't want to get exactly the same things you have just because you've accomplished it. My results may be more. But one of the things is very, very important. I want to know along the way, what did you do when you experienced doubt? When something that didn't correspond to the plan that you had, what did you change? What did you do differently? Did you expand your time frame? Did you go back and alter your dreams a little bit more? What did you change? When you ran into these feelings of doubt and insecurity, if that was the case, what did you do? Because I see your results. But what I really want to know is I want to know about that in-between time. And that's why I'm doing this broadcast today. And really, that's a lot of what this broadcast is really all about. It's about wisdom. And that's the principal thing. Because the more wise you are, it just means the more information you have. And see, with me, when I talk about wisdom is the principal thing, I'm not just talking about Gerard Lindsay's wisdom. I'm talking about the wisdom of God. And I don't always have to say Jesus to be able to share his wisdom, because I'm wise enough to understand that I deal with a lot of different people, a lot of different ethnic groups, some people that don't know God the way I do. I don't have to say God. I don't have to say Christ, but I'm going to share his love. And most importantly, I'm going to share his wisdom. And I believe that the wisdom of God is applicable for everyone. I really do. That's what makes the principal thing the principal thing. After you really begin to, get your plan together and you're talking to at least two people, one that may not necessarily agree with you, one that, their reaction or response to what you're talking about, they may not see it. They may not understand it in the way that you understand it. It may be foreign to them. How will you react to that? Will you take it as a dig? Will you take it as a knock? Or will you take it as constructive criticism to be better, to be sharper? And a lot of times we don't always take it like that. Sometimes we get hurt, we get offended, we get emotional. And a lot of times that's not what it's meant to do. I want to grow from whatever I experience. I haven't always been able to say that. And I haven't always been at the place where I am now. Now I can take it as constructive criticism, because I want to be strong enough not just to get to my goals or my place of destination or just to acquire something. I want to have the sustainability when I get there. I want to be able to stay there when I get there. And then I want to be able to help someone else through whatever they're trying to obtain in life. Because that's what my overall vision is. It's not just to get something or to be somewhere or to arrive at a certain place. It is to help others transition from where they are to where they really believe they are predestined to be. And if I can play a role in that, hey, I'll be happy, but that's very important. That's very important. Along the way, if you can overcome pitfalls and adversity, it's wonderful. I have a comment coming in now from Jessica Harris. She says, we don't have to say Jesus to present godly wisdom. Absolutely. That's right. And actually, the wiser you are, the less you may really say Jesus. Because in some instances, I want to relate to you. In other instances, depending on what circle I'm really running in. I may be dealing with a person that may not even know Christ, may not even know that Christ died for him on the cross, may not even know our Heavenly Father. That's okay with me, because I've been in this long enough to be wise enough to know that I'm dealing with human beings that have feelings, that have a pulse, and that have thoughts. And I can reach it. If you're breathing, I can reach it. It doesn't matter, because I'm going to extend wisdom. And see, wisdom has the flexibility in the natural realm to be able to be bendable enough, pliable enough to reach another human being in a way that makes a difference in their life. And I'm good with that, Because at the end of the day, if I can make a difference in your life, then perhaps I've been the planter. Someone else may have to actually water what I planted. I'm good with that because I know how it works. But look, here we go. Plan, be able to talk to someone, at least 2 people. Don't worry about if someone doesn't understand or someone thinks what you're talking about is crazy where you want to go because they haven't done it, or perhaps they haven't seen it in their life. That's okay. I'm good with that. But just be able to handle whatever type or level of criticism that may be communicated to you in regards to what you're communicating to them. Be okay with it because everything is working together for good. Every moment is an opportunity to grow and to be developed. And don't shy away from that. Because if you do, what happens in essence is you shy away from the very things that could strengthen you, mold you, and develop you. Sometimes you need people to criticize you because you need to know what's on the inside of you that could cause you to react in a less than positive way so that you can change it. Because this world is bigger than just one ethnic group. You know, so hey, look, at the end of the day, put your package together, put a plan together, talk to someone about it, and then take it to the next step. Talk to someone about it that has done what you want to do, and then listen to them. That's important because if you knew what you didn't know, you wouldn't be talking to them. So listen to them when they begin to talk. Now look, guys, I hope I have said something in a way that has been clear and concise and that has given you direction. Because anywhere you're going to need direction. So I hope I've said it in a way that you can put it together and it will work for you. Because after all, at the end of the day, wisdom is the principal thing. I want to thank you for your time. Thank you for this opportunity, to be able to share with you. I hope that you will like this broadcast. I hope that you will share this broadcast, and I hope that this broadcast will help you regardless of what you're trying to do that's positive in your life. And look, I hope you have a great day wherever you are. It's beautiful where I am. The sun is shining. It's about 80 or so degrees. It's a wonderful day. Look, if you don't mind, because I'm trying to reach people, I'd like for you to give to this ministry. Give to me. It increases my reachability. And I can say that, because I want to expand my reach, because I want to help folks. I really do. So look, be encouraged. Have a wonderful day. I hope that whatever you're carrying is much lighter. And I hope that the road ahead is much brighter as a result of listening to the principal thing. Look, have a wonderful day. And I look forward to seeing you the next time on the principal thing.
Thanks for listening. Join host Gerard Lindsay again next week as we discover how to successfully navigate life with wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, and learn the principal thing, where wisdom meets purpose.